Haryana. She is a Raj Yoga practitioner and associated with Brahmakumaris for more than 20 years. She is Vihasa facilitator, values in healthcare professional, a spiritual approach. She is a motivational speaker and a YouTuber. She has conducted many sessions across India in hospitals, pharmaceutical companies, schools, and colleges. I request ma'am to please share some essential tips for online classes.
Thank you so much, Vanshika. It was a really warm welcome to me, and I extend my sorry to every one of you because of the technical glitches. I could not join in time, although I had been trying 10 minutes prior to the meeting's time, but still I could not join because of the technological problems. So, see, this is how things are like unforeseen and unexpected things usually come in our lives, and we must learn how to tackle them effectively and still be positive and still learn to handle these situations. So today our topic is effective study tips for online learning. I know uh, everyone would be feeling, isolated, or you can say disengaged, that you're not able to go to the campus, meet your peer groups, and enjoy the classroom sessions. And this is really something which is new, and you must be facing some challenges to learn on online platform, the digital platform. So I would share a small presentation with you and share with you some tips. Before that, I would like to definitely appreciate this Vivekanand Institute, because I have a special connection with Vivekanand Institute, as my sister, my younger sister, she also studied from this institute, and she had studied her BA LLB from this institute, and it's a privileged institute, and you all students must feel good that you are part of this institution. And let me now share my screen with you. So how many of you do find this online learning useful or not useful? I would appreciate if you write in chat and share your comments so that I know what you feel about this online learning platform and these online classes, and what are the challenges are you facing, so that we can interact in our FNA or Q&A session in the end of the session. So I would like you to give me in chat, what do you feel about this online platform? All of you, I would like your participation in this, because I don't want to be a monotonous didactic kind of a lecture, but it should be an interactive session so that you find it useful, because this has been specially created for you all, so that you benefit from it and you are the center of this session. So this is exclusively for you, so your participation definitely is very much, you can say, appreciated. Useful. Okay, 2 people have commented that they find it very useful. So let us see the challenges as well as the benefits of online learning. So this is the change in current education system. Nobody had expected that this would happen, and this COVID-19 pandemic would come, and we would be just sitting and glued to the computer and the screens and learning from it. So this is the transition to e-learning. The COVID-19 pandemic has effectuated in the closure of schools and colleges across the country. Education has changed significantly over the last 4 months, with a remarkable rise of e-learning, whereby teaching is executed remotely and on digital platforms. Though e-learning brings a challenge to both students and teachers over technology and access, it's keeping everyone busy with lectures, worksheets, and assignments. So this is the current scenario where everybody is glued to his her own devices, be it a smartphone or the laptop or desktop, whatever. Studying alone with only the computer as per companion can be terrifying, because you miss that social connection with your peer groups, your classmates, and there's no whispering in the back of the room, which is so much enjoyed, in this age group. no wise remarks from the peanut gallery, no commanding presence, in the form of a professor, assistant professor, no commanding presence at the front of the classroom, pleading for everyone to listen. With students and faculty in contact only through the internet, various new challenges arise. Without face to face contact, faculty is not able to pick up non-verbal cues from students that can point out they are disengaged, frustrated, or non enthusiastic. So, this is one of the drawbacks which I'm sharing with you. Faculty also cannot express their emotions easily and may find it harder to show enthusiasm, encouragement, or concern. The anonymous feeling of the online environment can make it easier for students to withdraw, participate minimally, or completely disappear from the class. Usually, what happens is when teacher is teaching nowadays, I am listening to so many of my colleagues and friends who are in this education system. They were sharing with me that students usually don't participate. It's just like teacher is speaking and she feels somehow that she doesn't come to know if these students are grasping the things, they are interested, they are enjoying the class, they are learning, or they are not just watching it or listening to it. They are not able to find it out because of this digital platform. Otherwise, in personal face to face classroom, they are able to make out the faces of the children, and they can make out if the students are attentive or they are mentally present in the classroom. So this is something which is a drawback here. But let's go to the benefits now. This is one of the experiences, some is shared by someone on the social media. That is, a student was doing her makeup during lecture. So teacher was taking the lecture and the student was doing her makeup. Student in the store during lecture, he was in the store purchasing some things. A student driving during lecture. Students obviously having minimized Zoom are now scrolling social media. So they are just enrolling themselves, they are just showing their presence in the class so that you are available online and you can be seen online, but at the same time you minimize it. I'm sure that you would not be doing it here, and you are very sincere people. So this time, especially during my lecture, you would not be doing that. You would be minimizing Zoom and scrolling social media. Professors, children shouting in the background. So these are some of the glitches, but we are truly thriving. We are still going through this phase with a positive note and with optimism. So this is, let's share the benefits of online learning. Online competency based learning, the relevant aspect that every student has his own learning style and level of engagement usually go unaddressed in regular offline classes, where many students hesitate in interacting with the teacher due to peer competition or domineering students in the class. So what happens is when you are in a physical classroom face to face taking a lecture from the professor, at that time some people are very shy. Some students, everyone has a different personality. Some have little bit of lack of self confidence or low self esteem, or they feel that what would people think about his or him or her. So they are reluctant to ask questions or share their doubts if they have not understood anything. They are little bit, you can say, hesitant to ask questions to the professors and teachers. But in online class you can overcome this, because you can send a personal chat to your teacher during the class, or you can ask the questions without looking at the faces of the other people, who what expressions or what reactions are they giving on your question or all. So that ways you build up your competency. In that case, the online classes provide flexibility and the ability for students to drive the learning of a competency. So I would like you people to keep sharing your comments, so that at the end of this session I can just take whatever queries you have, or whatever opinion you have on the particular slide which I am sharing with you. You can share your views also, and it would be good enough to have a healthy discussion and see your viewpoints also. So the second benefit is creating high caliber learning pathways for future. Online education is the key and perhaps the best path to upskilling. See, now we can see the technical things which we have learned during this phase. these will definitely help in our career also, because nowadays in our professions also we are using too much of technology. So if you are already adept at it, while learning, you learn so many things about digital platforms also and these things, and you become confident in using these. So it would be easier for you in your career also, because you would be using such platforms in your professional careers as well. Improved attendance. I don't know whether mentally present or not, but physically, you can definitely show yourself online, while there is no need to travel long distances for classes. So even if you are not feeling like going to the college, or if you're not feeling well, kind of a weakness or some sickness, or suppose you have to go somewhere else, so in that case, at least you would be able to join online and you would not be missing your class. So improved attendance is one of the benefits. It's convenient to attend online classes even if you are in your hometown, or even if you are out somewhere out of Delhi, you can still join the classes. So this is a way of improving the attendance. And then the trackable learning. The analytical tools provide detailed reports about every student's performance and progress. This enables the teachers to create online classes as per the learning patterns of students. So after seeing your responses on digital platform, professors can customize their way of presentation and their lectures so that it can suit everyone. So this is one of the benefits. Then online classes can be just as impactful as on campus classes. Your experience will only be as good as the amount of dedication you are willing to put into it. So basically, your willpower and your dedication and your interest in the class is what is mainly important. You can still communicate and bond with your professor and classmates. Somehow, everybody feels that in physical classroom sessions, you can talk to your peer, or you can talk to your classmates and your professors, and in this online platform you're not able to communicate. But that's not a thing. Like in we have so many features of, we have chat options, and then you can raise your hand if you have to ask anything. So you can use all these multiple options and you can still participate. Even we have that option of breakout rooms, where if you want to have some debate on a particular topic, or if a student has a different viewpoint, then you can participate in that kind of discussion. So you can share your thoughts, respond to each other, and professor can moderate in an appropriate manner. So this can work in a very similar manner to traditional classroom in principle. Other tools such as light or whiteboards bring the online advantages of a traditional classroom feel to the online environment. Many lessons delivered with a light board offer a natural feel to learning and simulate the experience of being in a classroom, but from the comfort and convenience of the student's device. So from your device only, you can have that all kind of that feeling, where teacher can write on the whiteboard and you would not feel any difference. The motivation to study in an online class comes from you. It's something we call student centered or active learning. So despite all those challenges, if you don't get that enough motivation to join, I would still say that use in your self motivation, and instead of quitting, don't quit, do it. So do it. It's all in your hands. Effective study tips for online learning. This is what I wish someone told me before taking online classes. So sometimes we are not aware of the things which we should be aware of, which are really very important, which can affect our way of learning and our concentration, our memory, and our engagement. So I would be sharing such tips where those would be very helpful for you, and it will improve your learning online. In this session on online learning best practices, I will share tips and strategies to help you succeed in your learning journey, including ways to keep your mind and body healthy, effectively manage your time and minimize distractions, build connections with your virtual learning groups, get the most out of your learning, and conquer logistics. I am just looking at the chat also side by side so that I can include that in my session. Uh, Again has written saves time that usually would spend in commuting. Yes, very true. A high speed internet is a must. Agreed. But we have very much good plans, work from home plans, and let me share with you right now. I'm using the Geo work from home plan. It is for rupees 151 and 30 GB high speed internet is given. And you can say there are so many work from home packages which are very reasonable, and you would get high speed internet that is valid for 30 days. So those solutions can be found out, and those are not very difficult solutions. It saves time, but there is no alternative for human interaction. Definitely, I agree with you, Abhay, that you said there is no alternative for human interaction. Definitely, that's you can say a limitation in this online learning, but we can use these ways, like you're giving this in chat, and if you have to say something, you can also raise your hand. So in that case, we can still make it a very participative, a very interactive session, and we can still connect with each other, although we would not be able to, you can say, see each other that in that way, like we would be meeting each other, but then at the same time, we can make the best of it. So first first thing I would tell you is the self care, which is very, very important. Self care is important to your successful learning experience. A healthy mind and body is a mind ready for learning. If your body is not healthy, even then it will hamper your learning performance. And if your mind is also, you can say, it's feeling low, or you don't feel refreshed, or you have some, kind of blue moods, then in that case also you would not be able to grasp things in that way. So maintain healthy habits. Your brain, like your body, needs rest and exercise both. So it's not be like we become lazy and we keep resting whole day, but we need rest. At the same time, we need exercise also. And you should get the good sleep. If a night before the class, you must have a proper sleep, because if you don't sleep well, nowadays everybody's routine has been altered. We have become late night sleepers because we don't have to go in the morning anywhere, so we keep awake late at night, and then when we are deprived of sleep, we uh, join the class, but we are not able to concentrate, or we feel sleepy, or our attention is lacking. So you must have a good sleep before the class. So night before the class, you must have a good sleep. You stay hydrated. That is very much important. Sometimes when we are inside home, we forget to drink water, but we must be keeping water bottle beside us, and we should keep drinking water. It's a hydrotherapy also. If you stay hydrated, your mind, your brain works better. So you should go outside in the sense, not in lockdown like a gathering, but outside you can take a walk where you can where there are not too many people are coming in, with all the protections like hand sanitizer and the mask. You can still go outside, take a walk, and eat well. Then healthy nutrition. When nutrition is poor, people get tired easily and end up losing focus more quickly. Fruits and vegetables should form the core of any diet, followed by carbohydrates, and lastly, non-veg and dairy products. So basically, what happens is, in this lockdown period, we have resorted to junk food because we are all the time at home, and sometimes we get bored. So what happens is we like munching these snacks and all. And when you munch snacks, then you don't feel hungry, and you skip the meals at times, and you don't take a healthy nutrition. In that case, what happens, that affects your brain activity, and that definitely affects your memory and concentration also, because your body has a direct effect on your mind. So your body should be healthy, you should be taking proper diet. Now we must have a dedicated study space. So usually what happens is, we because we have to connect from the device, so we can just connect from the smartphone also. So what happens, some people are lying down, they are on their bed, or they are in such an environment where noise is there. or they are into the market or some other place, they think that we can join from anywhere, so that is okay. But let me share with you, if you want to improve your learning, if you really want to excel at your studies, you have to create a dedicated study space. If you don't have a separate room for yourself, in that case also you can just choose a corner of a room, and you can just tell your family members, because these classes would be held only during a specific time, like from 10 to 1 or 10 to 2, whatever your timings are. So you can just tell your family members and your friends that they should not be disturbing you in that particular time, and so that you can have a dedicated study area and you can just concentrate on your studies, and there's no distraction, no you can say interruption. So you have to maintain that discipline in your home so that it doesn't hamper your studies. Set aside an area for dedicated study. How to prepare an effective place to study. The study place should always be available to you in those specific times when you have online classes. It should be free from interruptions, it should be free from distractions, it should have appropriate desk or table. Let me share with you, it's your posture really matters a lot, and your concentration, your attention also depends on your posture. So you have to be in the sitting position, and you should sit upright, and all the joints should be at 90-degree angle. Your back should be at 90-degree angle to your waist, and your thighs should be at 90-degree angle with your legs. So in that case, even your elbows should be at 90-degree angle. So if you maintain that kind of a study posture, your concentration, attention, and memory will definitely improve. So Abhay has said that's why desktop or laptop is good, as it maintains your posture and prevent drowsiness. Yes, very true. But laptop has a drawback. Laptop usually, by the word, people think that laptop is, yeah, you can just keep it on your lap and you can work from anywhere. But it's not like that. You cannot sit on floor and work on your laptop. You have to have a good posture. Even if you're sitting on the floor, it has to be upright. Better, it's preferable that you sit on the chair and use a table so that your posture is maintained. Deepak is saying teachers can do some activity to avoid feeling bored. Yes, I completely agree with you, Deepak. And I can feel it, because unless there is some activity, there's a tendency to get bored, especially when you are not able to see your teacher in that way, like in your classroom sessions, and you cannot see your classmates sitting beside you. So in that case, there's very much chances to getting bored. So what we can do in this, we have a poll kind of a thing, we have a quiz options also. Again has said, I get eye fatigue. So that's why I would come to my next slide and I would share why you are getting eye fatigue and what to do if you are getting some eye fatigues. So that I would share with you in my next slide. But let me share with you this. These are very important points. These should not be ignored and these should not be taken casually, because it definitely affects your learning. So you have to maintain all these things. So your this thing has to be, adequate lighting should be there, chair has to be comfortable, uh, because suppose if there is not adequate light, then you will have a stress on your eyes, you will have stress on, you have to put a lot of efforts to focus on the class and to listen to what teacher is saying, and that definitely affects your brain activity. So there should be adequate light wherever you are taking the class, and it should be kept at a comfortable temperature. That is very much important. Suppose if you're sitting outside and it's hot outside and you're sitting in sun, in that case your brain activity would slow down, because our body has a natural defense mechanism. So whenever there is some sort of alteration or variation or modification in our environment, it reduces its activity to preserve the body from depleting. So because you're dehydrating, you're sweating a lot in temperature, in that case your oxygen level should be maintained. So these things definitely affect your learning pattern. So you must understand this and you must take care of all these things when you are taking the online class. So this, in this picture I'm showing you how does a posture matters, because if you have, if you sit for 2 3 hours or 3 4 hours together in this position on the left hand side, then you would be having a back sprain, neck sprain, and then you would be not motivated enough to take the classes because you would be feeling tired, and there would be lack of motivation. So you have to be upright, your back should be straight, and your elbows should be at 90 degree to the table, so that if you have to do some typing work or some writing work, it should not give you any strain on your elbows. And even your legs, you can see that in this picture the girl has extended her legs and the angle is more than 90 degree. But if you make it 90 degree or you take a foot rest, then it would be more helpful and it would help in your learning abilities also. So selection of appropriate furniture, I'm not asking you to buy any new furniture, but just look out, because we all have all those things in our home, but we have to find out the right particular kind of furniture for our own learning space. For a sitting desk, make sure there is enough space between your knees and the underside of the desk. Let me tell you very importantly, sometimes it happens like chair, the table has the blinded, you can say, end, and you cannot keep your legs inside. So that case your posture would be affected, and you would be having strain on your muscles. So there has to be enough space between your knees and underside of the desk. Ensure that the height allows your arms and hands enough space to type on the keyboard without having to reach too far. While standing, do not slouch. Even if you are attending these sessions while standing, in the sense like it has been 3 4 hours together, you have been sitting for maybe 2 hours, and then you feel like you should stand for few minutes so that you feel refreshed. So but that time you should not be slouching. Keep the computer screen positioned at eye level. Sit on a chair that provides good solid back support, and keep your feet either flat on the floor or on a footrest. Doing so will help to reduce any pressure on your lower back area. Optimizing monitor to avoid eye strain. Adjust the brightness of the monitor to the lowest level so that you can see things more clearly without eye strain. So this has to be very much important. You have to check. You can go to the properties by clicking right click, and you can adjust your display, keep your brightness to the minimum. Top of the screen should be either at or below eye level. If your screen is uh, more than your above your eye level, it would give a strain to your eyes. And one more important thing, that is, you should not be looking at the screen for continuously for a longer period of time. Every 30 seconds you keep a gaze away. That's very much important, otherwise you would get an eye strain. So when you are looking at the screen, you every 30 seconds you make sure that you gaze away from the screen, and if not 30 seconds, at least 1 minute. And then you can keep blinking your eyes in between, because if you keep staring on the screen for longer period of time, you would be getting eye strain. You may get dry eyes, or other such eye problems. The top of the screen should be either at or below eye level. Ensure there is at least 20 inches distance between your computer screen and your face. So you have to maintain all these things so that your learning abilities are improved, because these definitely affect your learning experiences. Adjust your workstation lighting. Adequate lighting is essential to optimizing your study space.
Voice, I mean, we are not able to hear you.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Now it is audible. Yeah, ma'am. Please.
It is audible now? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
There
okay.
was some issue in between. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So adjust your workstation lighting. Adequate lighting is essential. Now it is audible, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, you can
Okay.
continue.
Okay. So adequate lighting is essential to optimizing your study space, as lighter environments tend to keep one awake and aware, while darker spaces make us feel dazed. And there's one more important thing. Some people, they use Yellow lights. Yellow light is a very depressing light. When you have to do something where your brain has to be active and you are actively involved and you have to be alert, in that case use a white light, and best is the natural light. So sit near a window where natural light is available and make sure that light is not falling directly on your computer screen. Take study and work breaks for good health. Short and frequent breaks to move around during a study session can be more beneficial than longer, more infrequent breaks. I'm sure that you must be getting breaks in every class. Like Asta was telling me that you get 10 minutes break before a new class starts. So utilize that break. You do some activities, stretch your hands and feet, get up, move around, take water, or take something to eat, maybe fruits or something, and then utilize that break for your good health. Break up your sitting time by using the restroom, filling a water bottle, or grabbing a snack, not a junk snack I would suggest you, but any kind of a good snack. And please keep writing to me, and please keep sharing your views, and please keep asking the queries if you have any queries related to whatever I'm sharing with you. And organize everything. Keep everything you might need close by and within easy reach during your study sessions, because you should not be having any kind of interruptions in the class. If you want to really benefit from the class, you have to be really attentive, and there should not be any interruptions. So keep everything which, whatever subject is there, if you want a textbook or if you need a pen or a paper or something which is required during the class, you must be aware of, prepare everything beforehand. Repeatedly reaching out for items while seated at your workstation is a surefire way to strain your muscles and hurt yourself. So keep within your reach. To reduce strain, use a keyboard tray to correctly position your mouse and keyboard if working at a desktop. Use a document holder that is easily accessible and is ideally in line with your computer screen. This will save you from bending and stretching to get and use your paperwork. So organize everything around. Ensure your workspace is completely steady, and consider investing in a no bounce keyboard tray to ensure your working area is stable, because that will help you in the long run. In future also you would be using it. Then treat online learning like a classroom learning. So don't think that online learning is different from a classroom learning. It's like almost the same. This is almost the same. Establish goals. Unless you fix your goals and objectives for yourself, you would not be able to motivate yourself for that study. So fix your goals, that I have to sit for such period of time, even after your classes are over. If suppose if you get any assignment from the professor, or if you get any kind of task from your professor, if you have to do some activity, just establish a goal and try to meet the deadlines. Don't just procrastinate the things. So sometimes it happens is it's a human tendency that we think that we have a lot of time and we would do it a day prior to the deadline or just few hours prior to the deadline. But don't do like that. Establish goals and try to achieve those goals. This will give you a good motivation. Develop a routine. So even if you are studying online right now from your home itself, but still maintain your routine the way you used to do before this online classes start, before this lockdown. So you used to get up early in the morning, so try getting up early in the morning the same way. Don't think that you don't have to get ready for the class. You can just wear anything whatever you are wearing, and you can just attend the class in the night suit with your camera off. So that brings a lazy attitude, and that brings, you can say, that also affects your brain activity. So more you follow your routine, when more you stick to your routine, your brain would be in a alert and active state, and you would be having better learning ability. So if you were used to going to the gym, I don't know whether if gym are still open or not, whatever it is, but you can use some exercises, you can do some exercises at home, and you can still follow that routine. If you used to do it before going to the college, if you had some routine, just follow it the same way and get up in advance, take a bath like you used to do before going to the college campus, same way you maintain the routine, because that will definitely help you. And if you try, you will find the difference. Maybe in theory, like while you're listening to me, you may think that that's not important and you're still able to concentrate, but I just share with you that it definitely affects, because I have personally tried it myself. I had also the same feeling that uh, I can attend, like I am associated with Brahma Kumari's organization for last 20 years. So we have a morning class at 7 a.m. So earlier what happened used to happen was somebody want to say something? Somebody want to say something? Hello? Please respond to me so that I'm aware that I'm audible and everybody is listening.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible, ma'am. You can continue with it.
Okay, fine. So let me share with you my own personal experience. Like I am associated with Brahma Kumari Spiritual University, and I used to take classes at in the morning before lockdown. I used to go daily to the center, and I used to attend to those meditation classes. But after the lockdown, when there was no such class happening in the center, and everything just went on to Zoom and these things, these apps only, and YouTube links. So there is a feeling which comes in us, that just 5 minutes prior to the class, we would just, get up and we would just attend the class. But I tried it and experimented myself that I got early. I took bath the way I used to do earlier. Like I used to go to the campus. That way I followed my routine, and it definitely affected the things which I grasped when I did it after following the routine. So that definitely helps you. Once you do it, you would find the difference, and you would definitely, and your own self experience is something which is empowering you. You're not following what someone else is saying. You yourself do and see the difference, and then you would find that definitely it affects your learning ability. Be an active learner. So it can be extremely tempting to just go through the motions in an online class. What happens is we keep, like somebody's driving, or somebody's, doing some activities, somebody's working in the kitchen, or it's easy to skim through reading material or try to multitask while watching lectures. We are doing many things. We are just checking. Dr. Neha Verma raised a hand. Okay, yes, you can say,
Yeah,
Dr.
ma'am. She, I think, wants to, yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
Neha, ma'am.
yeah.
By mistake, it just happened. I'm so sorry.
Okay, no issues, no issues. No
Thank
problem. So basically, what happens is because there's nobody to keep you on track. So that way, you tend to, it's very easy when there are so many distractions available. Somewhere TV is on, or some other activities are also going on simultaneously, or you're talking to someone, you're talking to your family members at the same time you're attending the class. It definitely affects your learning. So try to be an active learner, that you really want to learn and you really want to take the benefit of the session. So this can set you up for failure very quickly if you are into multitasking and all. While attending the class, don't do anything else. In that case, you would not be able to, you would be missing so many good points in that. So class, give yourself time to put forth the proper effort to learn the material. And which is very important is be engaged and participate in group discussions and activities. I've been getting feedback from various people who are in my contact and who are into this education system, be it a school teacher or anyone else. They say that students earlier in classrooms, they used to participate, they used to have some discussion, but nowadays they are not participating. They are just sitting mum, and they are not saying anything. So teachers actually, uh, they lose also, they also lose the the grip over the subject, because then they are doubtful whether students are really engaged or not, they are listening to them or not. So even for teachers also, it's a very good thing if you keep participating, if you keep, giving your feedback or whatever your queries are, or if you want to discuss something. So in that case, teachers also would feel that yes, it's a two-way interaction, and yes, whatever they are delivering is received by you. Otherwise it feels, some kind of vacuum where you feel that you are delivering but you don't know whether it is being received or not. Abhay has said that advantage of this is that it tests your discipline, because it's very easy to get carried away. Very true. And let me tell you, because you are the aspiring, you can say, professionals, because you would be joining some or the other profession after completing your course. So there, you don't need any boss from, who would be controlling you or who would be telling you what to do and what not to do. There you have to be self motivated, self responsible. On that basis you would be promoted, and you would be given increments, and your appraisal would be done accordingly. So this is like preparation for those careers and all. So this discipline will definitely help you in long run also. So if you're able to do this, you would be definitely successful in your life, not only in your studies but also in your life. And advocate for your learning needs. Sometimes it happens that everyone has a different type, different way of learning things. Some people are good at visual kind of learning, some people are good at audio kind of learning. Everyone has a different way of learning. So if you have some special needs, you can always share with your professor, you can always talk to the system available. You must be having some mentors and your teachers, so you can advocate for your learning needs, and whatever suits you best, you can just give your suggestions, and I'm sure that they would be incorporated, because your faculty is very keen that you must benefit from this, and they want you to give you the best. That's why this session is being held, because they want you to get the best out of them. So of course, if you advocate for your learning needs, they would be taken care of. Suppose you want some special notes or something, or anything which you have any kind of special need, you can just share it. Establish goals and pathways. Set a goal, make a plan to achieve that goal. Get to work, stick to it, and reach your goal. So all those steps are important. Suppose if you set a goal, you also make a plan, but you don't get to work, you don't implement it, then setting the goal and making the plan would not help. So you have to get to the work. And it's not like you did one day and then you left it in the middle. It's not like that. You have to stick to it, you have to follow that routine on daily basis, and then finally you would reach your goal. And I would request all others also, because I am seeing there are 68 participants, and whatever number of students are there, I'm sure there would be good number of students, but they are not participating. If they are also participating, it would be uh, you would benefit from this session, and we can just open up a discussion platform also, where all of you can share your views, and we can all learn from each other. So in that case, like, I'm just seeing 2 or 3 names who are giving or sending messages in chat. I would request all of you, this is the platform where all your reluctance, all your hesitation, all your restraints will go away, because you can now use your competencies. You can just try to, this is a very good chance where you can just overcome that kind of shyness, or that kind of a feeling where which basically stops you from participating in the class. So this is the best way. Abhay has said, because this is new for us and it will take time to adjust to this, and from personal experience, it's very strange to talk to a camera. I am very sure, because right now also I'm feeling this thing. I am talking to you people, but it feels like I'm talking to the camera, but I'm trying to, what happens is, you have to bring that feeling within yourself. You have to feel it, even if challenges are there, you have to feel it as if it's happening in real. Like now what I'm doing is I'm trying to feel that you people are already listening to me. I'm just imagining you people in front of me. I'm just visualizing that you people are there and listening to me. Although I'm not able to see your faces, I'm not able to connect with you one to one in this platform, but still I can feel that thing that yes, I'm connected to you people. So that feeling you can generate yourself, you can create yourself. I know it's little bit challenging, but definitely it would take time, because we all always, Rome was not built in a day, and everything takes time. We would be adjusting, but we should be working for it. If we are not working for it, we would not be able to make it any further. So we have to decide first, we have to set a aim that we have to accomplish it, and we have to make the best of it. Only then you would make some efforts, only then you would take some steps to do it. But if you uh, quit before even trying it, then it would not be, able to help you. So in that case, I know it is challenging, but it's adventure. Whatever, you take it as an adventure, and youngsters are open to adventures. So this is kind of a new adventure for all of us, and let us challenge each other, or let us make it as a healthy competition, like, or some kind of best practice. Like, let's see how we can together make it best, or how we can make it more effective, or more live or real. So let's find out different ways, and let's do the brainstorming. But we have to determined to do that. We have to be determined. There are many benefits for students to participate in classroom discussions. I know it's a very different atmosphere when people are sitting with you, there are people around you, and you are talking to each other, and that kind of a discussion, definitely you people are missing. And there are so many benefits, because everybody is giving his or her opinion, and it's a good way of learning, and this thing is missing in online classroom. But we can try, because app has given us so many options for that. So we can use that breakout rooms. Even breakout rooms, you can make a group of 4 5 people, and you can have a discussion on a particular subject, for or against, whatever it is. But yes, we can use such kind of activities and make it more real, more enjoyable, more lively. The most important thing, while attending your classes online, I would say completely avoid. I would not say restrict. I would say completely avoid social media during your online class. Keep a fixed time for your social media. Keep a separate time. Like, there's a play time, there's a work time, there's food time or eating time. So it has to be, you should be, uh, now we say it as a mindfulness. Whatever activity you're doing, you are completely into it, 100% into it. If you're eating your food, you should be 100% into it. You should be enjoying your meal. You should be knowing what you are eating. You should be able to sense your, you use your 5 senses: touch, feel, and you can say hear, smell, all those things, and be in the present moment. And that will definitely improve your concentration and your attention. So while attending the classes, I know this is a lot of distraction. Your notifications keep coming in. You are using smartphone to attend these sessions or online classes, and at the same time, there is on the top of the panel, you receive this WhatsApp notification or Facebook notification or Insta, Twitter, whatever social media you are using more frequently. But try to avoid looking at it. I know it's a temptation that whenever there is some notification, you feel like just, checking it, what is it, or but you can postpone it. You can just say that I'll do it after 2 p.m., or I'll after attending the class, whatever break I would get, I would schedule my social media time. But in break also, you should be doing some movements, stretching, or just walk around, or you know drinking water, not on again on
I
social.
think Neha ma'am has also suggested one suggestion in the chat.
Yeah, okay, just a minute.
Yeah, she suggested that I don't know. I mean, you can take this as, and then you can guide us. If
Oh yes, this is a. I agree with Dr. Neha Verma, ma'am. This is very, very, very. You can say essential. I would say because if you use social media before sleep, it will affect you. How would you start your next morning? This is very much important. Whatever information or whatever feeding you are giving to your mind a night before going to sleep, that will be affecting your brain activity, that would be affecting how would you be starting your day in the morning. So you should completely stop. It says at least half an hour before the sleep, you should give a good, you can say, family time, or you can spend quiet time. You can sit in silence, talk to yourself, think about your plans, and think about your next day, plan for your next day, set your goals, whatever it is. But do something creative, do something positive, and just calm down your mind before sleep. No anxieties, no stress, no tension, no social media, because social media keeps giving you uh, you know uh, overloading of information, and then there would be reactions, because most of them are the negative news. I would not say some, but maximum news are the negative news and negative, all those things. So that creates anxiety, that creates negative emotions in our minds, and that would not help us in relaxation, because we go to sleep for relaxation, we go to sleep to relax our body and relax our mind. And these social media, Vanshika said, I think it's tough to not to have stress and anxiety. It's tough if you don't try. But when you try, it's not tough. If you really start, just experience quiet time for 15 minutes. Just focus on your breathing. You just take deep breaths and focus on inhalation and exhalation. Feel as if you are taking peace inside with your breath in, and just releasing out stress with your breath out. Focus on this activity for just 10 or 15 minutes, and you would be calmed down. So but you have to practice it, because you have to do it. Nobody is going to do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. And nothing happens on its own. Even your food doesn't go in your mouth on its own. Even if your mother prepares it, still you have to make the efforts to eat it. Similarly, for practicing mindfulness, for practicing quiet time and relieving your stress and anxiety, practicing relaxation therapies, listening to relaxation music, some kinds of activities which gives you a soothing feeling. Some people, they get soothing feeling when they are close to the nature, the gardening, or walking in the taking a walk in the garden or park. So you find out what works best for you, listening to soothing music, whatever works for best for you, try doing that, but make out particular time for that also. And once you bring it into your practice, once it becomes your daily routine, you would have less stress and anxiety, I tell you, and I promise you for that. Abe said, true, as mobile disrupts our body clock and put unnecessary stress. Definitely, it has many harmful effects. In fact, there would be another complete 1 hour session if I talk about, what mobile does to our body and our mind. It would be a completely 1 hour session again. So we should be avoiding these things. Then Vanshika is saying, because it's human nature to see people every day, that gives joy. But for last 6 months, it's the same being at home. I know it's very tough and it's very sad. And just keep your optimism, in place, and think that this phase is not going to last forever. Just feel that God has given us time to think. Because let me share with you, because I have been into my profession for last more than 18 years. Life is very fast paced. It is, more of stress. In college time, maybe you may be enjoying with your peer group, but otherwise, once you start, when once you get into the profession, then it's again a very much stress and fast paced life. So this much of break was required to analyze what is more important for us, what are our priorities in life. uh, this lockdown has made us realize many things. So that is definitely a downside of this, that we are not able to meet with people. But then I would suggest you to form some virtual study groups, or from some virtual informal circles as well, on WhatsApp or on Zoom. You can do some personal meetings, or you can play games on Zoom. You can do many activities on these apps, so you can still remain connected with people. Our I don't know who R is, but R is saying it may be easier said than done, especially considering in this current state of affairs. Yes, but unless we try, everything is difficult unless we try. If you talk about any kind of discovery, or you can say invention, nothing was easy. Even this development of these apps wasn't easy. Even the invention of this mobile and these technologies wasn't easy. Nothing is easy in life, but it isn't difficult also. It isn't impossible also. We have to just put our heart into it. What is like when our heart is not into something, we feel it as a burden. But if you put our heart into it, and such things are, we can create it. We can create our own feelings. Our feelings are created from our thoughts. The kind of thoughts we create in our minds leads to the similar feeling. For example, let me tell you, if I say that I hate this job, this is a thought. This is a thought. I hate this job, or I hate this work. So this is a thought which gave me the feeling of disappointment, which gave me the feeling of anger, or which created the feeling. First came the thought, then came the feeling. If I try to replace that negative thought with a positive thought, of course, if you are hating something, you cannot just switch over to I like it kind of thought, but at least you can shift it gradually to that positive thought. So you can change it in a way like, I know I don't like this job, but this is giving me, then find out some benefits, but this is giving me the source of earning. This is giving me a means of living. I know this is not, but there are so many people who are jobless or who are unemployed. So even if you're not liking your job, you shift it gradually, slightly to the positive side. And from, gradually and gradually, you can shift it. You cannot altogether change to the positive side. So suppose if you don't like something, you hate something and you start loving it, it won't be possible. But you can just try shifting to positive side. So you just can see, okay, I know this is not very much enjoyable. I know this is not very much pleasing, but there are positive sides to it, and try looking at the positive side, and then that feeling of hatred will reduce. If it will not completely subside, but definitely it will reduce. But we have to make efforts for it. We have to make efforts for anything. Even for playing games on mobile, we have to make efforts. We have to make effort for anything. Even if you have to take bath, you have to make effort. If you have to change your dress, that is also an effort. So everything comes with an effort. But we have to make some efforts. We have to practice, and once it comes into our practice, it becomes easy and natural. Just a small example, like first when you start learn to drive, that that time you feel it very stressful. Oh, I have to pay attention to lot many things together. I have to see at the back also. I have to see if somebody is coming from the side also. I have to see the side mirror. I have to see the rear mirror. I have to see in front, and then I have to take care of the clutch and the brake and the accelerator and the gear also. I have to just remember myself to change the gear. So at that time it becomes very stressful, and you feel that so many things together. When you are doing it for the first time, when you're learning to drive, that time you feel so many things you have to concentrate upon, and you feel, oh my god, lot of efforts you have to put in. Oh, that's so. But because you are determined, or you have some aspiration, or you have some dream that you really want to drive the car, then you would make the efforts to learn it. And after learning it, after practicing it, that same difficult things become very easy. You don't even know when you change the gear. You don't know when you applied the brakes. You were talking to someone, you were listening to music, but the as if the car was running on the automatic mode. But that automatic mode did not come in one day. You had to practice, 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 practice. After doing a lot of practice and persistence, you became the master of it, and then it came to the automatic mode. Something which you want to bring to the automatic mode, in you have to practice a lot. You have to daily practice it, and then it will come to the automatic mode, and then it will become easy and natural. But I have to prepare my mind first to do it. I have to first set an intention that I want to do it. I have to do it. Unless you create this thought that I want to do it and I have to do it, you would not make any attempts to do it. So that is very much important. So let's move to the next slide. So in the breaks, you can, just do small yoga exercise, or so that your back and your muscles are, yeah, okay, finally I would be winding up almost my slides are going to be over. So give and expect respect while taking the classes. We have to be very respectful, that we have to take care that they should not hurt the sentiments of the other people, and maintain the discipline of the class. One last thing I would share with you is the stages of good note taking, because note taking is very much important while learning, because although you would be getting ready-made notes and everything would be shared with you, still I would suggest that, because when you write, you have an memory related to it also. So it's not when you're listening to it, when you're writing something, it also gets imprinted on your memory. So it's better if you write the notes, but don't take the notes during the online sessions. You must be getting the recorded classes. You can listen to it second time, and then you can take the notes. Get ready to take notes before class. Review your notes from previous lessons. Complete all assignments and readings before class. Bring all needed materials to take notes. Stage 2 is taking notes during class. Keep your focus on the teacher. Listen for signal statements like when she stresses upon something. Most importantly, remember that, or be sure to include, underline this. When she focuses or stresses upon something, just note it down, because that is important. Then write quickly, use abbreviations, place a question mark by things you're not sure about. Then stage 3 is rewrite your notes. After class, rewrite your notes, change abbreviations to complete words, change symbols into words, change shorter sentences to more complete sentences, and answer any question marks you had in your notes. Believe in yourself, you can do it. I believe in you, and you also should believe in yourself that you would be able to do it, you can do it. Believe in your abilities, ask questions if you have any queries, and you can form virtual study groups on these apps only, the Zoom and all. You can make 4 or 5 people you are comfortable with and study together. Make a benchmark, make a set goal for each day for every one of you, and then keep sharing your feedback with each other. Then it would give you a more motivation to study. Get help when you need it. You have professors, mentors, peers, study groups, parents, family, everyone, outside tutoring professions. If
Yes,
the
ma'am. Yes.
yeah, determination and persistence and positive thinking, these will definitely take you further and make you achieve whatever you want to achieve. A dream doesn't become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. Wake up with determination and go to bed with satisfaction. So set a goal, and after you achieve that goal, you would have a satisfaction that whatever you decided for today, you accomplished it, and that will give you a self motivation. So in this way, you can progress further. Determination is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Where the determination is, the way can be found. Thank you, all of you. And here I just wind up. And if you have
Thank,
any, if
yeah,
you
thank
have
you
any
so much,
question,
ma'am. Yeah, yeah, we would leave the session for question and answers. If someone has any questions, ma'am would be really happy to give us the answers.
yeah. So you can raise your hand if you want to ask any question about a particular thing you really want to know more in detail and how to go about it. Thanks, Ayan. Exactly. Your emotions are your best guides. Once you come to know what you are feeling, you would come to know what you were putting your energy on. So if it's giving you a not so good feeling or a bad feeling, that means you should not be putting your time and energy to it. Instead, you should put your time and energy on things which gives you a positive feeling, which gives you a good feeling. So your feelings are your inner compass, your inner guiding system, and it will guide you if it's good for you or not good for you.
If any one of you would like to have a question, you can even unmute yourself and ask.
Yeah, you can unmute yourself.
Asta, I think they should be able to unmute themselves.
Can. They can.
Yeah. So anyone has any question, please unmute yourself and you can ask.
I think they already asked
Yeah,
questions in the
yeah.
chat box. It
Yeah,
was
I
like
feel the
that.
same. Yeah, I feel the same.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can tell Vanshika to say thanks to ma'am, and then I would like to conclude at the end.
Yes. Vanshika?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your insightful thoughts and views on online classes and their tips. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. In fact, it was a pleasure meeting you all and connecting with you all. Thank you, all of the students. I don't know, take it by every one of you, take it by your name, whatever, Alpna, Ria, Anuja, whosoever. I don't know who are the teachers and who are the students in this thing, but take it by your name that I really enjoyed your company and I took pleasure with you. And it was really a good experience with you all. Thank you so much, all of you.
I am Dr. Mamta this side, ma'am. It is my pleasure to convey the word of thanks on behalf of the Academic Committee of VSIT. I would like to actually thank Dr. Preeti for guiding us on the online tips for attending classes, because this is a need of an hour actually. So she has actually touched on many topics, sitting postures, stress on the eyes, how do you manage your, back pain issues, how do you utilize your break time in an optimized manner. So I think these are the areas which needs attention among all the students. So thanks for a wonderful session, ma'am. And thank you so much for sparing your valuable time and guiding us on these important issues. I would also like to thank all the teachers for patiently listening and sparing and their valuable time. And again, sorry for the technical glitches in the beginning. Last but not the least, I would also like to thank all the students who were good audience and they have actually interacted through chat and gave their suggestions. So many of them are quite comfortable with the online sessions, and because they are saying that. So thank you all. Thank you so much. Anything from Preeti ma'am?
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. In fact, I give my gratitude to all of you, Astha and
Yeah, I forgot to
everyone.
say thanks to Asta ma'am
Mhm.
because she was the actually insight to us that she was able to get a speaker like you. Thank you so much, Asta, and thank you so much, ma'am.
And once again, sorry for the inconvenience caused. Although I tried my best, but it was not in my control. I was trying to log in, but there were so many, issues where they were like I could not sign in.
Yes, ma'am, we can
So
understand.
many
Asta, you
different.
would like to add on something?
Thank you so much, ma'am. Well, it's actually, academic committee's effort. It's a joint effort from all of us. And today also, by this glitch, we actually, in cross that, there could be things like this as well. Even if you try, 2 days. So it was a new experience.
Everything
Thank you so much.
life is always a new experience.